Hello everyone, Michael Bray here at Passion Vines TV, and I'm joined by special guest Dave Baldwin, who is our whiskey expert. And today being Wednesday, it is Whiskey Wednesday for us in Passion Vines Summers Point. For those of you who haven't joined us on a Wednesday yet, it is becoming very quickly one of the most competitive and respected whiskey experiences in South Jersey. And I am thrilled today to highlight a whiskey that has become a personal favorite of mine, Highland Park. So Dave, tell us a little bit about Highland Park.
All right, so Highland Park is a single malt whiskey. It is from the island of Orkney, which is one of the most northern islands of Scotland, just south of Shetland, and it comes from the city of Kirkwall. So they have a full line, as you can see, 12 to 25, all carried by us here at Passion Vines, and they really give you something different to offer with each one, which is why I think this line is so special.
Okay, cool. And one thing I will note, you know, as I'm learning every day about whiskey, not all whiskey has an age statement. And an age statement, as you'll see here, you see the 12, you see 15, 18, and 25. And a lot of times people will talk about whether it be Macallan or Glenlivet, they're 18 or they're 15, whatever their favorite year is. Tell us a little bit about why certain producers choose to put an age statement on, and is it less of a whiskey if it doesn't have an age statement?
Well, certainly not. The age statement definitely, it gives you an assurance. When a whiskey has an age statement on it, it guarantees you that the liquid in that bottle is at least that old. It's almost certainly going to be a combination of older whiskeys as well. For instance, everything in this bottle is at least 12 years old. There's going to be some 15-year-old whiskeys, 13, 14, whatever it is, whatever they decide to put in there to get their flavor profile. But it's going to be at least 12 years old. So it does give you that guarantee that the whiskey is that age, and some people look for that. But it does not by any means mean that if you don't have an age statement,
it's an inferior
a lesser whiskey. Correct. There are some fabulous whiskeys out there that don't have an age statement. But Highland Park's, these releases, they have an age statement, and each one kind of, like I said, gives you something different to offer.
Okay. All right, so take us through briefly. And we're not tasting today because we do, like I said, have to head over to Whiskey Wednesday. But one thing, of course, whether it be wine or whiskey or beer, the first thing you can do is just look at something. And I'm looking at these whiskeys, and of course I see, although I do see the 15 is a little bit lighter looking than the 12, but then from there the 18 and 25 gets really dark and really rich. Can you tell us a little bit about the color and what to expect in these?
Sure. So of course they get all their color from the aging, from the maturation in oak cask, and each one's going to spend different amounts of times in different places in the warehouses. They're going to all mature differently. They're going to end up looking a little different. And the whiskeys that are chosen to go into the 15 do have a slightly different profile than the rest. And I think, again, one of the things that makes Highland Park so fascinating. The 12 we'll start with has some of that deeper golden color. For a 12-year-old, it is probably the best bang for your buck you can spend, not only just in the Highland Park line, but from all 12s. If you had to line up a bunch of 12s, for the price, for what you get, the complexity is fabulous. There's a little bit of smoke. It's not that medicinal island peat that some people don't really care for. It's more of a Highland flowery kind of experience. So that's something that can appeal to a lot of people. But it's also real minimal. So if you aren't a big smoke fan, it's not going to be overpowering. You can pick up a lot of orange, citrus rind, the toffee and vanilla that you get from oak cask as well. When you move to the 15, that smoke is completely peeled back. It's almost non-existent. You can get it to come out if you have a little bit of water, like I'm talking a couple drops, not drowning it in water. And you can get that smoke to come back out. But it peels all that smoke back and instead hits you with a bunch of citrus. And I believe you like you tend to like
15 is one of my personal favorites. And just to highlight too, you mentioned the idea of adding some drops of water. Explain what water does to a whiskey.
So it breaks the surface tension, allows some aromas to escape that aren't going to normally come out. It allows you to experience more of the whiskey, we'll say. It does lower the ABV, so you got to be careful. You don't want to add too much or you end up weakening the whiskey to a degree you might not want. But if you have a couple drops, it's something you certainly want to do the first time you're experiencing a whiskey to see what you like. Sometimes it makes it better, sometimes it doesn't.
Right, okay. And then the 18.
So the 18, certainly for those Macallan fans or even, oddly enough, the Lagavulin fans, it's kind of a cross between the two. It's got the richness, complexity, and body of both of them. They're both pretty heavy whiskeys, but they're also on two totally different spectrums. The Macallan, your sherry bomb, and then you have Lagavulin, which is your peat bomb. And the two of them come together, not literally, but taste-wise, they kind of come together with the Highland Park 18. It's got a little bit of that drying effect you might get from like a tannic wine. It has some sherry notes as well, but it's also got some nice peat smoke. Pretty fabulous stuff. And then, of course, you move to 25, and it's just magical to drink something that's that old.
Right.
Just thinking what you were doing 25 years ago. And this thing it's syrupy, it's toffee, it's vanilla, it's got the smoke, it's pretty much everything.
Sure.
It's really fabulous experience. Drink that one with caution.
Sure, absolutely.
In a good way.
Very cool. All right, well, there you have it. Highland Park, 12, 15, 18, and 25. You can try any one of these or all of these at Passion Vine's Whiskey Wednesday, located in the Summers Point Shopping Plaza in Summers Point. I'm Michael Bray and Dave Baldwin. We'll see you next time. Later.